Howdy all, Relax Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright, so I went ahead and camped out in this ruins. Right across the street from where I just looted all the TVs. Looks like I got a little section here I need to peek into, and then try and find my next way south here. Where to leave my bike? Yeah, they I went ahead and finished adding all the I think I mentioned this already, but I've added all the digital D&D stuff on D&D Beyond now, and so I think this is a gas station. I need to stop and get the fuel from here, I think. Oh my god, it's got the twitches. Seriously? Don't move on me. Hey, crossbow bolts, it's okay to hit that dog. There you go. Now you did. So one of the cool things you can do with it is you can add a bunch of people to your campaign, and then they have access to all the books and everything that you just paid for. Whoa, 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 whoa. And so that way when you have a group, you know, everybody can go ahead and get bits and pieces of it. Nobody has to pay for the whole thing. I went ahead and paid for the whole thing because oh, did you see that zombie hop right up over top there? Yeah. Where'd you come from, nurse? And better take some medicine here before I go ahead and die off here. And so because you know, I'd prefer to have access to everything myself rather than having to you know, remain part of a campaign. Because what if the campaign shuts down and they shut down the campaign and then I lose all access to everything? No thanks. And mostly because, as you're aware, most of the people I know aren't very stable or trustworthy, it feels like most of the time. Not trustworthy, that's not the word I want. Dependable, there we go. Not dependable, that's the word I want. And so so over the weekend here, I sent them all out invites to the campaign that I set up. Now, I'm not running the campaign. Somebody else is running the campaign. So for my part, it's just here's the link if you want to put your characters into the digital version of everything, since it runs, you know, it's automated a little bit, and it keeps track of your hit points and stuff a little easier than trying to figure it out manually. Since it's all math formula anyways, it's nicer to have the system do it. And oh, sweet, I was missing that one. And so, you know, it's nice when, like, you go up a level and it automatically tells you what you need to look at when you level up, and you know, here's the list of abilities you can move into. Or one of the things that confuses me a lot is how many spells you're supposed to have as a caster class at any given point. And then you're not sure if you got it in there right, and so when you go up your next level, I always find myself trying to recalculate everything to make sure it's right, or like I've got I've got um, wow, a multi-classed character, and so some of the numbers are different. No, I got a really good wrench. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep turning all this into metal while I maneuver on through here. And so, you know, it's really, really nice to have that all on its way to being automated. And, you know, it does cost a bit to get to this point. And I was going to do it anyways, so it's not a big deal to share it with everybody. But I'll tell you what, I did not expect the first thing on there to be, you know, it doesn't do this one thing that nothing else does, right? Sure. So, our wizard, he's got a couple of summoned creatures, and there's not an official spot on the character sheets whether you're getting the printed version or the digital version, and there never has been. And our wizard's got a couple of summoned creatures he uses occasionally. Not a lot, just occasionally. Well, he has a summoned owl he uses all the time. And so, like, for my character, I have a horse. And the horse is... our DM let us do some animal training, and or I guess I'm the only one that really trained my animal to do anything. I didn't train it to do a lot, except like I didn't want it to run off. And speakers, weird. And so and I wanted it to come to me when I whistled for it in case it did have to run off and hide or something, you know. Just basically, you go into a dungeon, you have to leave your horse outside. I wanted my horse to be able to go hide, not hide, but run off. And then when I whistled for it, I wanted it to come back, because I didn't know how... Oh, stupid. Oh, did you see him? Oh, now I'm bleeding out. Do I have... I thought I had it. There they are. Stop you bleeding out. I don't have any honey or anything. Oh, dang you. I hate vultures. I'm trying to loot this place, vulture. I don't need you swinging around and hitting me. And, so I sent them a link so they can go ahead and use the digital online everything, you know. I have access to all the books. And the wizard, like I said, he's like, doesn't keep track of my companions / pets. No kidding. Nothing ever does. I don't... Why is that your comment? How about you just put your guy in there or don't put your guy in there? There's a possibility that the sheet he uses does do that because he doesn't use an official sheet. And everybody else is using official sheets. That's the one, I've mentioned it before. He tried to get me to use his special sheet that he uses, and it didn't work correctly for me. And I didn't have a problem with filling out an official sheet. So I know he uses something totally different. You know, we play. Same guy runs my my Wednesday night game that I play in, and on there's an official sheet, and then there's this other sheet, and he uses the other sheet instead of the official sheet. And it also is supposed to fill everything out, but doesn't quite do it correctly. And so they have to redo things after it has officially populated the information. And you know, a lot of your numbers and stuff don't change, so all that really happens once you go up a level and stuff is that you need to calculate your hit points, and which doesn't sound complicated, but it can be. Um, like like the we use fixed increases, and so what that means is you use one of your stats, your Constitution stat, and then you add a single number to it. So the problem is your Constitution stat can change, and when it changes, all of your calculations from level 1 up change. And so it's not just a single level that changes, it's all your levels. So having to recalculate 9 levels worth of hit points doesn't sound that hard, but for some reason I feel like I've done it wrong every time I do it, and I wind up having to recalculate it multiple times. So it's nice to have the official math just done for you, which is really weird because I'm usually good at math, and I don't know why. I don't know why D&D math just strikes me so difficult. Because it's really not difficult math. It's just adding or multiplying or, you know, simple numbers together. But every time, I tell you. But another nice thing it does is, like, you don't have to write anything down basically, except for little bits, because it's all on the system, and you just select it from the list, and there it goes right into your sheet, stuff like that. But no, it doesn't track companions. So the owl, that he makes us stop so he can look up its stats every time he uses it outside of a specific use that he uses it to look for things. He's got that memorized, but everything else that he does has to be he has to look it up. And if he's already looking it up now, then I'm not sure why he's, you know, comments that it doesn't keep track of companions for him. It just kind of made me laugh that, you know, you get offered something like that and then immediately be like, you know, this thing that you have no part in controlling and that you made available for me to use if I want to doesn't work for this one thing. And so even though you have no control over it and nothing else does that thing, that's the comment I'm going to leave when you offer to let me use it. That's why I don't like to do things with people. You know, if it was broken and it didn't work, I could understand. Be like, hey, the companion thing's not working. Oh, well, that sucks because I've never used the companion thing. I could feel, you know, some empathy toward that. That something that's on the sheet's supposed to work or not, but something that's not even there, don't use it then. Okay, I want to go to the south. See if we can find a new place. Something out of the green mists. I would like something that's not green and misty. Or yellow? I don't know. Dusty? Whatever's supposed to be happening here. And then tonight, man, it's been a month since we last played D&D on Monday night. Finally having a session tonight, I believe. It's exciting. I hope it's a little more action oriented. I I have to say that I'm a little worried there's gonna be a huge planning session tonight, and I don't want to be involved in a huge planning session. Uh, I don't think it should be that hard to sneak into a town. I don't know though. It's one of those things where, in my mind, things work a certain way, and in the mind of the DMs, sometimes they oversimplify things and tend to make it more difficult because of the oversimplification. I know our Wednesday night game. Well, even our Monday night game a little bit. People know who we are. Like, there's no television. There's no any of that stuff. People aren't going around sending people magical pictures of us. How do they know who we are? How, like, sure, you might send a message to your partner in crime and be like, "Hey, we ran into this group. Keep an eye out for them." But the average person is not just gonna be like, "Hey, aren't you those guys?" No, no. Uh, it's worse in our Wednesday night game because the DM has named us the Crimson Scourge. That's what he calls us, and so when we go to places, people recognize us on sight. The common people recognize us on sight now. Bad guys won't talk to us because we're that Crimson Scourge group. Okay, we don't carry around a banner. We did not claim this name. Just our DM calls us that. We don't call ourselves that. And, oh man. I'm gonna have to go in here and check this place out. I should probably make a new bedroll. Oh, I could have used that quest yesterday. I just killed a cop. While I was waiting for it to get daytime, I sniped a cop from my perch on that building. Is that an actual... No, that's one of those pawn shops maybe over there. Let's check out the Crack-a-Books. Crack-a-Books appears to be missing books. Where's all the books? Where's all the books, Hazmat Man? Or some food. Maybe over here in Arbuck's Coffee. Seriously? Could we have zombies come up visibly? Would be nice. Shoot. I knew what that was as soon as I stepped on it. Dang it. Got any food? No. Got any food? Yes. I will eat your blueberry pie. You know what's really weird is there's it's really weird to me the things that have power in this game. In our Monday night group, we play. We've been playing 7 Days to Die the last couple of weeks here. Supposed to play again tomorrow, and it was really weird because I go into this house, right? And I go in this house and I can hear the hum from the refrigerator. Ah, dang it. I knew she was there. I saw her. Just thought maybe she would stay down until I was done looking. And I was like, that's really weird that you can hear the hum from the refrigerator when nothing else in this building has electricity. Like, I have to personally build a generator and keep it loaded with fuel. Uh, and that's actually another thing. I got another run of comments like that one that the guy made about using the character sheet. So we're playing this 7 Days to Die multiplayer, and the guy that I play with, he starts the server up on his computer every week when we play, and so we only play on the one day, and I don't see a stairway. Am I blind? I am. It's right here. And so, we've got 5 people that play on there. We're all kind of huddled together in the same city, although we don't need to be because the settings are pretty friendly. And so we're building our little bases, and most of them don't play this regularly. And so I wound up with one of the... Oh no. I can't believe that I'm not dead yet. How am I not dead? I've stepped on a landmine. I've now fallen 2 stories. Where is the elevator? So, the guy that runs the server, he likes to build on top of banks. And so he's gone ahead and started up his place on top of the bank, and then one of the guys is over there with him, and they've built a house to hide out in on top of the bank. And so one of the other guys, he kind of teamed up with me, and we have started building a base on top of a water tower. And so I've been working on that, and so they were, chit-chatting about what's changed in the game. And so I mentioned that my base, on here, I've got electricity and stuff, and the guy, the guy who runs the game, he's like, the electricity stuff, you have to build stuff to be able to use it, right? I'm like, yep, yeah, you just you get enough points into it, and then you can go ahead and build a generator and electric lights and defenses and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, that generator stuff, that takes fuel, right? I'm like, yep. You have to put fuel in it. He's like, well, that doesn't make it better than torches then, because you gotta keep putting fuel in it. It's not like you get electricity forever. Nobody said you get electricity forever. And I don't find it that hard. I'm sure that was just the thing breaking, but man, it really looked like somebody shot at me. right there. I don't like that. And, so, I was just like, yep, you gotta keep putting fuel in it to keep the generator running. I mean, I've seen 3 gas stations on here already, so I feel like we probably, once me and the other guy on our base get to the point where I have electricity, you know, I feel like we're going to be able to go out and find enough gas to keep our generator running. Wow, I just turned that guy into shreds. What kind of comment is that? Like, you don't want to use electricity, don't use it, but don't disparage my enjoyment of having a generator and lights. Come on, guys. It's okay to let people play the way they want to play. It really is. Well, I guess I could use some submachine guns on here, that's for sure. I'd kind of like to move my my auto turrets out from one in each door to like one on each corner of my base. And hey, buddy. And trust that floor. I definitely want to get some more lights up in my base. But I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Should actually get me done a little early tonight before our D&D game. And maybe get a few minutes in. Get some other stuff done before we get started with the long haul of multiple hours of D&D. Alright, with that... Ooh, yep. It's a little weird that might explode. Click like if you like. Subscribe, share, and catch the next one. And I will talk to you later.